hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. Bronze-colored ribbons, just like promised. You've stood here for what seems like eons, guzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages. The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles, with slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and it curls up into a mess inside your pocket.
What's the tape for? How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it? You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar. Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to a blue. You tree hugging the gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue. All the old boomboxes are there.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
Huh? What do you mean? Yes, what about it? Is it any good? The music, I mean. Man, you're really invested in this. Okay, I'll help you out.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emission. The Coldima Madakwa. Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds for that matter. What an interesting development. Well, it's been a long while since once knew a group of young musicians who decided this was before. You know, cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Coldima Madakwa. And he was one of those passionate people. We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns. Compared them. Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None of...
Do we really have time for this?
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably, that's an illusion. Your breathing is just... There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surround. He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more
gulls and skewers. But, shh.
A low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are
You know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Coldima Madakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing high.
looking for something, Aunt?
The tear machine. Your bottles clunk into the... Do you know what... You see, sir, the packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
Is this about the questions again?
Promising race pupil returns. That surprises no one. And yet you don't have it in you. Be great. You'll need to steal everything.
Stop boring.
Anything is possible. Just not for you. Yes, for you, I imagine it was.
He just needs some convincing before you can talk to him mano a mano.
Unpromising race pupil returns.
It's obvious you need to steer the conversation to the topic that interests him. Other than race science, what else do you think he's into? Light bondage? Probably not. Women, however. He's surrounded himself. What's more, all these girls seem to be koikos. What's up with that? You have to find out what...
Personal?
What is he talking?
You mean the babes? Huh. Perhaps we should...
What about the lieutenant?
You go ahead and have your talk. I need a few things from Fritin.
Women, racism, turning back time. It couldn't interest him less. The lieutenant nods.
We can talk without the pedomorph. It's me and to the deepest caverns beneath La Royale. Don't ban.
Don't worry, it's not a trap. Even if he tries anything, you can just slip.
A median amount of time. I am not going.
All right, let's do this before anyone changes their mind.
The unpromising race this way.
We're gonna miss you, Jean.
The lieutenant nods, ready to spend some time on his own. He couldn't be happier to get out of this conversation.
Don't worry, babe. This won't take long. So, women, huh?
The room feels soporific in its silence. Dust particles twirl.
Women. And what is this really about? I can barely hear your words through the voice of Valrul. They say it's about honor.
Renee certainly see.
I'm going to do you a kindness, Poopa. I'm going to share. The past is made of static images, distorted memories, demented nostalgia. This, the present, with...
Maybe, if you inquire, what about all the women? That there's something else you need to clear up with him, man to man. Why you knocked him out.
Look around you. Look at the advancements in the sexual science and the women. Women who shave and are capable of understanding concepts like
Who cares about sexual partners and their promise? Sounds fun. It's high time you incorporated some of these things into your daily life.
desperation, wishful thinking, confusion. You have to shed this infantile shell.
Everything's revolving around women and sex with this guy.
You are trying to insinuate something.
Now is the time to ask about the smell. Didn't he say that it is impossible to maintain an erection with the distinct smell of the koika?
No.
Interesting. Is it some...
Your mind is unable to capture the nuances of this particular situation. It exceeds... No. I am Poopa. I belong to the SRS. And
SRS? Seminoles race, street racing. Is it some kind of performance enhancement supplement?
The Seaman Retention Society. It does not surprise me. The SRS is a closed group of strong-willed individuals who have dedicated themselves to
An enormous expenditure of willpower to build up strategic seaman. Life is all about pleasure. Why deny it?
This is an oversimplification. But yes, I just told you. You only after years and years of emotional. We are life. Life is sexuality. The future. In a biological sense, the man whose essence, whose genetic blueprint is...
What about the seaman retentions? He's right. Everything's a contest, and only the shiftiest competitors win.
Spoken like a man defeated by love. These defeaters talk of cooperation.
That's not true. You have the love of your mother. Or do you? Maybe even the love of you. Who needs love if you can wield fear?
This is no time for vague generalities.
No, this is a trap. Time to get personal. He's finally ready to open up to you.
The only man worth being called
Father Yazinio. Sounds like some kind of...
No.
An honest job.
Father Jairzino made me hard, where my mother made me soft. Together, Father Jairzino was very wise. He realized that complete put, so he did what a man must. He became a counterweight of iron.
Smells like physical violence. Hopefully, he at least taught his son some welding.
Yes. I inherited my genetic makeup from father.
A lot of seaman talk going around, but no one blowing any loads. This party's winding down, Bratan.
Because Father Jairzino...
His father taught him respect.
The stereotypical worries of a traumatized social worker. The reality does not correspond to your personal trauma. And if it did, I would welcome it. A good fight with Father Jair's. You don't have to remember. You are like a dog with its tail between its legs. It is visible.
Strange. There are no memories of. He's making it up to gain an unfair advantage. Oh, it wasn't your father who beat you.
This is a weakness I can empathize with. No, I am not interested in what I am merely offering a small glimpse of functional family dynamics. Something you were clearly deprived of. I am just stating the facts. Your traumatized essence is no. Yes. My mother will.
The words are.
She retired with grace. The entire organization attended.
There should be something here. A memory, a feeling, even if it's just a glimpse. But the depths of your psyche.
I am not surprised. You are like the rock. Instead, you have developed this unhealthy obsession with the past. Standing before me, hoping to turn back time. This is not the answer. Reinvent yourself from defeat. Don't apologize. My women liked it. Emotional contact amplifies the extent.
Wow, this man has truly internalized the psychology.
Clearly, it is impossible for you to shed your neurotic obsession. If you want advice on babes, or the mysteries of life, or even on Revachol, look forward. To escape, it seems to me you are in need of a warning. Here it is. It is absolutely possible to return to the past. You let it dither and rot your mind. Then you can marinate for
Pal? What is Pal? Finally, a chance to connect with.
You want to return to the past and you don't. Maybe it's for the best. It is too late to explain the intricacies of the reality. Or go and see it for yourself. Watch it rise from. Before you go looking for tickets, I suggest you see what it does to a man. The rule is a cruel, master. Go have a look. The white-haired protein mass at the intersection. The lorry driver. Go talk with her again. Ask her about Pale. An empty vessel.
This goes far beyond your conception. A chill races down your spine.
Yes, our little meeting has finished. It's time to. And remember, what happens in my mom's office stays in my mom's office. Quiet contemplation ends, biological rivalry resumes.
Finally! I thought I have to come looking for you. What took you so long? Really?
Probably shouldn't have asked you this.
Right. Did he teach you a way to turn back time?
Was it a mistake leaving him alone with that guy?
Based on other things he believes, I wouldn't put much.
Loman, you caught me at an opportune moment. And what is that?
Great. He's figured out the pill, and now he's talking to everyone about it. We're still on this ridiculous side task, I see. Ma'am, my partner...
No offense. But your partner seems like a bit of an idiot. You are an idiot. And you are keeping me here, glued to this racket. Unless there was anything else.
No, no, no. You'll never figure out how to turn back time if you...
Like Gabriel Buenguerro in Pergunte a Poeira. You're the opposite of me. The smell of liquor on Gabriel's lips after the shoot. In the motor park.
Yes, yes.
The look on her face, like an orgasm. The wound in her chest. My hand in my father's hand. Thought insertion? Dithering? The Grat Cadla Magistral? There is a kind when you've seen it all go away like that, rolling off like the sea. And then come back to this? What are we doing here? For thousands of years, Gabriel. It doesn't have to be like this. Like looking into the ocean at night. You cannot see it, but you know it's there. And it's big, bigger than nothing. Until it starts. When you are deep enough. Then, for me, it's like autumn. Dark, gray.
Nostalgia. Cooped up in the cabin, shaking. Terrible.
Beauty.
That's the most you can get out of her. Only shapes and sensations. No dictionary definitions.
In the belly of an airship, behind the stair windows. So you don't look... No, the same one, a roller. They all are nowadays. Special wheels for connect...
The wheels all small and round. Multi-axle trailers.
Yes.
This is your chance. Ask her. Is it really possible?
Jerife, what you understand wouldn't fill up. You don't need to turn back time. The Pale is already churning with it. As the tide of Pale rises, so does the past. And that's just fine with me. I don't mind becoming
You don't like the sound of that, Chief. All the really good stuff is right here, in the present.
They say there is a point, one that I have not crossed. In the Pale, super deep, it's a point you cannot come back from. Your mind becomes so radiant with the past. There is a... Maybe you've been down the motorway south. It's a story as lone horsemen tell. Lone horsemen, Jerife, and dark. And the process begins. Erasure, kilometer by kilometer.
In the center of this town, there's a ghostly motorway, she sang.
They say I've been away on a kind of holiday. No one knows what's at the end. I've only felt it in the distance, when I was a child. A child growing. Josiana.
There is nothing more to do now. She is receding in the clutches of...
You've fried both your brains enough for today, Detective. Now, I'd like to have a word with you about this side task of yours. You've been saying that for a while, and yet, we only seem... Because the problem isn't time. If you're serious about this, really truly serious, then I suggest...
The lieutenant is right. It's the only way forward. Why don't you ever listen to us? We tried to walk...
No, come on. Let's leave this one to her reverend.
Actual art degree. Trite, contrived, mediocre, milquetoast, amateurish, infantile, cliché and gonorrhea-ridden peon to conform.
better deal! Yeah!
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
A hand on his ear.
Wow! Did you get this?
A great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him.
Listen, I'm just... Assault.
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody? Like a folk song?
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key. Something mysterious is going on
here. Be how it may, if it fits, it fits.
What about the bass? Yeah, I remember.
I think you might know the answer. What about that compressor Andre was setting up?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it.
But it could be hyper hardcore! A better deal! Yeah! Medium car!
Bzz, bzz.
A better deal! Yeah!
Bzz, bzz, bzz. Goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing.
A better deal! Yeah!
Bzz, bzz.
A better deal! Yeah!
Bzz, bzz.
A better deal! Yeah! Medium car!
Bzz, bzz.
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
Welcome back.
Oh, hey, man, it's good to see you. Goodbye.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package.
legend. He's back. Aye, Brian sure did, buddy. Aye. Good, my man. Oh, you see, friend bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at permit. Who gives a shit? You want to buy?
Tequila sunset.
He,
There.
I
Shut.
in the
Our hair. What she did. A head.
I-
If,
For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all.
That explains. Anyway, well, some
Oh,
other
even
person.
for some reason, this does strike.
Anyway, to each his own. No one.
He won't.
Aye. I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
Wonderful. It's very hard to tell a story when one's mouth. What's.
Hey,
Shut up. I was once a reasonably. So you don't want to just hear the same. What's.
hey,
Shut up. I was once. I developed. It did. But now, one day
His eye.
So I removed. I was halfway done. I made my natural. Ouch. So I made. I wish I. People. But. And.
Why didn't you go to the...
Well, Tequila.
Why did...
Well, I can't say it increased my. Yeah. But what matters?
Truly, he has the soul of an artist.
Danko.
There's the worn and beaten wooden planks of the...
We can sit on benches after...
You can revisit the bench.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. This idiocy has gone on far too long. It's time to wipe that decadent homosexual grin off your face. Time to see yourself as you truly are. The bed is comfortable. On the table, you see a bowl, the water, the beardless...
Our tenant, the policeman. What more do you want to know about that poor girl? Yes, I cleaned it. No. Yes, let's see if there's other...
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. Oh? Who? Really? A lot of stuff. Intense. Oh. That's good to know, I guess. Why is it in... An installation? Us poor people are... Aye. Feels deserved, why odd? Our things are a part of our life.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gotwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before... Take it from someone who's...
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going... Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we...
You like the Capri funeral idea?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a... Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're... Guns are expensive and fragile, I think. Besides, from time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in... Some went to patch their wounds, they're gone.
It absolutely does not.
No. There's nothing to find. Who knows? Now, before...
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Us working folk, life didn't really change that much.
This is neither a touchy. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another.
Does Kuno care? The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Kuno...
Oh, sorry, officer.
Host almighty. He's a total bummer now.
Officer, I just can't do... Yes? What about... Oh, yes.
He finds comfort.
We all got to go...
We are both very sorry for your loss.
It is... I just don't know anymore.
Just an ordinary war. Nothing to see. The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath, you peer into the faded marks in the stone. Your chest feels tight looking at them.
You okay there? Might be the after effects of your past escapades. Remnants from the revolution. These are over half, perhaps a crime of a sort ages ago. But no, these do not warrant an not much. I don't
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights. Its distant streets and motorway. It feels like a Friday. And his shirt is still unbuttoned.
Beautiful. So tell me, are you here to make things right again? Then I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. That's why I chose this place. Martinet.
Wait. Suddenly you are digging things?
It does feel like the end of the week. It's so magical. The white, trust me, you do. That's nice, but I don't have anything.
He takes another drag of his Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard.
Besides,
He's going to leave you alone again.
To the city.
A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club. Music blasting over. Something flutters in the corner of the...
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, alright?
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Different, of course. Something so mysterious about the way he... Very. Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. Superior, but he...
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good.
No, first ask an innocuous person. Yes, make it clear. Yeah, let's fuck with him. Who does he think he is? Assisting you?
Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. That's really all I can tell you about it.
That didn't work. What was that? The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk. He may know more than even he...
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, that's when I understood.
That lines up with previous testimony, doesn't it? Well done, detective.
Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything. It was so dark. And it was... But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RC. The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused. Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price. La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, it is the most important thing. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining, which is essential for maintaining.
Basically, it makes sure the price...
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing... But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many...
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious...
But of course. Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic... The Occident is part of the normal world. Martinez? No. Revachol is generally difficult. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking. Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer? Sounds like you're a moralist indeed. Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that... Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes. Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from...
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and...
Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, as founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned... About what? Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people...
If he knows so much about Oranje, maybe he also knows about Oranje's mercenaries.
Whatever you wish, officer. Well, what sort of a fugitive are we talking about here? That could be quite bad, depending on what sort of place you're talking. That is extreme. Corporate espionage may technically be legal in Revachol, but elsewhere, this fugitive must be turned over.
A moment, if you don't mind, sir. You do realize what you're doing, don't you?
Of course, you're turning over you're dooming a young woman in an hour of desperation.
Very real. I won't tell you how to do your job. But remember, this is...
He won't tell you how to do your job. When you turn back, the man is looking at you, expectantly.
What do you mean as a hypothetical? I don't mean to imply any...
You should have heeded your partner's warning.
I'm afraid I must insist that you tell me what you know. Or I'll be forced to make a very... I understand that you are here to investigate a murder. Thousands of corporate secrets may be at stake here.
It's certainly serious, sir. But there's also the question of jurisdiction. The way...
You're right, of course. I only pray that the ICP apprehends this fugitive. Now, was there anything else you wish to discuss? Oh, that's unusual. The Oranjés are not the kind of people you associate with heinous crimes. Very good. What else, then? Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not... Kedra is a candidate member of EPIS. That it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations. EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to... It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an... Why, it stands for Progress and Stability. It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. A supranational You mean Revachol? No. It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure. No. Candidate members do become members. Why? But we were talking about my friend here, not politics. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Peninsula? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. Debating. You should consider... But now that I start thinking of it, it was for an...
A chill runs down your spine as you envision a half-dozen people in professional attire standing around a chair, awkwardly pretend...
Sorry, who? But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure he's deeply enmeshed in this. He's a truly free spirit. He likes, I'm just enjoying the view. We're old friends. Nothing. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's very active. I'm all ears, officer. A moment. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. Of course.